The manhunt for an 18-year-old in Colorado who was obsessed with the Columbine shooting ends with a woman taking her own life.
In light of events like these, KHOU wants to make some security changes. The district hoping now to get millions of extra dollars for it. We're looking at how the money will be spent.
Space City hosting an international robotics competition, and the competition is fierce. The incredible inventions on display at the GRB.
And we are gearing up for severe weather tonight and first thing tomorrow morning, just in time for that morning commute. We'll time it all out and give you exactly the idea of what you need to know coming up in your full forecast. The news begins now.
Another round of powerful storms is headed our way and moving toward communities that are still rebuilding after a tornado touchdown in Texas over the weekend. The town of Franklin could be on the storm's path tonight.
And as always, the KHOU 11 News weather team is tracking the system. Blake Matthews. So Blake, what is the timeline right now for the rain and whatever else is on the way?
Wouldn't you know, it's going to be right in time for that rush hour. So certainly go ahead and pad your time. Be ready to wake up a little bit earlier tomorrow morning. You're going to need the extra time as those heavy storms begin to push into the area. There's a live look at the radar right now. Not a whole lot going on. Just a few scattered showers out there, especially out to the west and northwest sides of the Houston area. There's a little closer look at it, getting out towards Brenham and Sealy, Columbus, and just to the east of LaGrange. Now again, just very light showers. What we're monitoring is a storm system wrapping up out there over New Mexico, and that is what's going to push in our direction as we get into the overnight hours tonight. So what you can expect, storms for sure, virtually 100% chance of that. We will be monitoring for that severe chance, especially in our far northern counties, very much like what we saw last weekend. Wind, hail, and an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. Now here's the timing. In our far western zones, getting out towards Austin, I-35, we're talking midnight to 2 a.m. Now as we approach our western counties, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., this is Brenham, College Station, Schulenburg, and Yoakum, getting out towards Sealy, and then moving into the Houston area between 5 and 7 a.m. Again, that includes the I-45 corridor, downtown Sugar Land, Conroe, right through the heart of Houston. Again, as we get into, say, between 5 and 7 o'clock, eventually off to Louisiana once we get after 8. We'll detail more of this and exactly what you can expect coming up in your full forecast and a look at Easter in just a few minutes.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Blake. Now, make sure you have the KHOU 11 News mobile app downloaded before the storms move in. If you enable those push alerts in the settings, we can send you urgent weather updates right to your phone.
Police say this young woman was infatuated with the Columbine high school shooting and had flown to Denver and purchased a shotgun. Hundreds of area schools were closed for the day as authorities launched a manhunt for 18-year-old Sol Pais. Hours later, Pais was found dead, believed to have killed herself.
And the Denver community is already on edge as we near the 20th anniversary of that school shooting at Columbine. Nichelle Medina now explaining why this young woman was considered armed and dangerous and threat to the students.
18-year-old Sol Pais, who authorities say was obsessed with the 1999 Columbine school massacre, took her own life Wednesday morning after 24 hours on the run.
Technical team was able to locate a female party, which we believe to be Sol Baez, with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
A SWAT team descended on a remote campground about 45 miles west of Denver after getting tips Pais was in the area. CBS Denver spoke with a witness.
A woman kind of matching this description, described as, quote, naked, running with a firearm, was spotted in the area this morning.
Pais had been on the run since landing in Colorado Monday night.
We identified that she departed the airport and went to a store where she did procure a weapon. She obtained a pump-action shotgun and ammunition.
Investigators say Pais did not make any specific threats to a specific school, but her actions were enough to concern law enforcement and school officials.
We are relieved that the threat to our schools and community is no longer present.
The investigation prompted hundreds of schools to close Wednesday, keeping more than 500,000 students at home.
To close an entire metro area is not an easy decision, but at the end of the day, it's the right decision, the best decision to protect all of our kids.
The 20th anniversary of the Columbine massacre, which resulted in the deaths of 1 teacher and 12 students, is Saturday. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And of course, school security is a top priority across the country, including here in the Houston area. In fact, KDISD is looking to upgrade its security plan.
And district officials requesting more money now from the school board during a meeting this week. Jason Miles is live from Katy with what parents are saying. Jason.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, security enhancements would go to every campus district-wide here in Katy, including Cinco Ranch High School here behind me. One parent tells me whatever it takes to keep kids safe. Right now, district officials are looking to spend about $7 million on security upgrades. It's in response to recent national events, according to documents presented to the school board this week. Although the mass shooting out in Santa Fe at the high school there is not specifically mentioned. Here's what the district's facilities chief told the school board just the other night.
I am bringing forward a recommendation for the approval of $7 million for multiple projects involving upgrades to alarm systems, access control, and security entries throughout the district.
I'm told these new upgrades are in addition to safety measures outlined in a 2017 bond referendum, many of those already happening. If approved by the board, these additional projects would be complete by the fall of 2020. Coming up at 6, more on what we know about these new security enhancements here in Katy, and we'll hear from parents as well. For now, we'll send it back to you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Now, these Snapchats cannot upload fast enough. We're talking thousands and thousands of teens from all over the world in Houston using the app to share behind-the-scenes stories from the World Robotics Championship. Yes, we are talking the best of the best, and they are facing off in scenarios like this. Kids from 33 countries filling the GRB, and while Houston is hosting, our Melissa Correa is learned Houston HISD is underrepresented. Melissa.
Yeah, Jason, so much so that the president of First Robotics, which organizes this global competition, just rolled out the red carpet for HISD to make a case for lessons like this that could be a game changer for kids in the inner city. More than 15,000 kids are ready to compete, and all Don Bossi can think about are the kids who were missing.
We would love to see more teams from Houston ISD get involved with First.
First Robotics connects students with science, technology, engineering, and math programs, or STEM. Kids as young as 6 can sign up for the program through their school district.
And there's so many different subjects that collide with the robotics that any student can take part in it.
Organizers are determined to get more girls and minorities to sign up, like Naomi from South Australia.
It's not just about building a robot, it's so much more than that. It's about the teamwork and working together.
You get why Don is focused on HISD when you consider this. 33 countries from Venezuela to Tonga, the Czech Republic to Poland are here for the championships. And while a bulk of the teams are from the U.S., only one is from HISD. One school from the state's largest district, the 7th largest in the country. First Robotics is willing to work to get HISD grant money and volunteers.
Everything is not always about the money. It's about sometimes the time and the human investment. And so if we can get partners to help us, I can see this just going a long way across our district.
The World Robotics Championship, giving us a glimpse into the future while offering hope for Houston. Here's hoping that First Robotics can create a partnership with HISD where a majority of its students are minorities who are economically disadvantaged. Now, I will say this, our area is being represented with school districts like Katy and Klein sending in their local teams. Competition starts bright and early tomorrow, 8 a.m., Jason, with the finals playing out on the field at Minute Maid Park.
That will be cool. And also the whole competition is free and open to the public as well. Thanks, Melissa.
All right, need a good excuse to get away?
You can follow those Texans across the pond. That's